here we go. Here's our new badge number. Oof. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special day. It is 5 o'clock in the morning and we're on the way to go pick up my biggest purchase ever. If you guys saw the series a couple videos ago, I don't know when this is coming in, but we just rebuilt one of my cousin's Civic Type R. I had no idea that at the time of recording this video, back in March, that my cousin's car still wouldn't be done all the way in August. And that was an amazing time. It was awesome, but my cousin and I got to talking and we kind of just got addicted to Copart. And let's just say we're on the way to pick up my very own CTR. So I'm gonna go meet with my other cousin, Jerry, right now to get on the road. We have about a 2-hour drive up to New York to go look at this car. So buckle up and let's take this trip. Good morning. We already said good morning. We are now at Copart and the trailer is empty. Cousin Jerry's sleeping because he's pulling an all-nighter. So right now I have to wait till they call me for my appointment inside the visitor center back there because it's been, I don't know, it's been like a couple days since we won it, but for some reason there's storage fees, which we paid online, but now there's like an extra $30. It says unpaid, so we can't pick it up until they release it. So I gotta wait 9 minutes until they tell us that, 5 minutes now, we're down to 5, until they tell us that we could go in, pay this $30. I just dropped my phone. I'm not even gonna like go in there try to figure it out. At this point I'll just pay the $30. It is what it is, and then we could go pick up the car, which I'm very excited. And these people are sticklers about you recording them, so I'm gonna have to set up my camera somewhere inconspicuous so that you guys can see the car getting dropped off. So let's set up the camera and take the drive over. There it is. There she is. New to me. Well, the car is here, but it's not as nice as we thought. First thing that you can't see in the pictures, the rear bumper has a nice little gouge there, so we're gonna need a bumper. Side looks good. This all looks good. This fender, which I thought was fine, was hit right here. So the fender needs to be replaced, and it tapped the door here, so this door is gonna need, maybe we could just touch that up, but this fender is gonna need to be replaced. And the most important part, which I thought the frame rail was nice and straight, it's not. If you look right here, it's buckled right here. You can tell it made impact with this pulley here. And then if you look this way, you can see more of the damage. So the frame rail is kind of like pointed up this way. It looks like the frame rail went that way. So you can see the kink better on this side here. The freaking compressor, AC compressor, is done for. So we need a compressor. Obviously all the front stuff here. And then if we look down here, it doesn't look terrible. But yeah, that front horn right there is bad. Oh my God. Well, I don't know if that thing looks, I don't know, it looks like that's kind of like everything on this side is kind of raised a bit. Maybe it's just the way the car's sitting. And then on this side, this wheel is pretty damaged. Then the frame rail on this side is nice and straight. This fender, obviously done for. We saw that in the pictures. The door was nicked a little bit here, but the frame looks nice and straight, and there's a bolt hanging in there, so that's not good. And then this side of the car, is good. Pretty good. So said the key, we have to go inside and get the key into the office again. I don't know why they didn't give it to us, but so now we gotta go soon. Oh, the whole freaking rear mirror is missing. Interesting, but the passenger side current airbag is blown. Obviously the steering wheel airbag is blown. Knee airbag. What else? So, the back, this side is good, but that airbag on that side needs to be replaced. Interior is super nice. It still smells brand new inside here. I'm super excited. I'm super excited about this car. Rear bumper got some more nicks on this side here, but we're already established that needs to be replaced. So this is freaking nice. Let's see the badge numbers on this side. I gotta help cousin Jerry strap this down, but here we go. Here's our new badge number. Oof. I'm super happy about this. So, all right, let me go get the key, and then we're gonna head back because cousin Jerry has this up since yesterday, and we need to get back ASAP. So let's get to it. All right, they gave me the key. It's in this envelope. I'm not gonna start the car. I just want to make sure everything turns on in the car here. It's not good. Maybe the battery's dead. I don't want to put my dirty feet in this carpet, but the key's not turning the car on. But none of the lights are on inside the car either. Maybe the battery's just dead. Yeah, because there's no power here, and none of the lights, like the dome light's not turning on. So I'd assume the lights is just off. Yeah, let's just assume the battery's not working. So we'll probably have to like jump this whenever we get home, try to get into home or figure it out. But all right, home it is. All right, giving it power. See if these keys work. Battery. Jerry's hooking it up. Shit's turned on. Uh-oh. Sounds like we have an exhaust leak. But this interior is nice. These seats like hug me nice. I'm not gonna show you guys my hips. That's a little weird, but the clutch pedal's all the way to the ground. The clutch pedal's all the way to the ground. The clutch pedal's all the way to the ground. Maybe you fucked up the slave on the trans? Alright, we're gonna have to push this shit off or something. Alright guys, I just recorded on the other camera, but the clutch line, when the accident was hit so hard that it looks like the clutch master is broken. Hopefully the transmission's not, but the clutch pedal has no pressure, so cousin Jerry's gonna have to back it up all the way to the garage. Before we really get into this car, there's something I need to figure out for myself. So you guys just saw a couple clips ago, I was sitting in the car, the clutch pedal was all the way to the ground. So for some reason, for what's going to be an apparent reason, the clutch lost all its fluid. So I need to see what this damage is. And then we got to talk about something. So I need to find the hood prop that is missing. Looking in here, the O2 that goes down here is broken, 2 pieces. And then if we look here, the transmission, so you guys can zoom in. If you look here, this is all wet for one reason or another. But it looks like the clutch sleeve is there, but the clutch sleeve fell apart. See this? There's supposed to be a rubber boot on this. Oh, there's the other piece of the sleeve. So the clutch sleeve is broken. But how? I was hoping it was the exhaust, which it is the exhaust, but I was hoping it was this downpipe because then it's also kind of an excuse to get like a, aftermarket downpipe. So we're gonna have to get the downpipe anyways, but we're also gonna have to get the turbo exhaust side because on these beautiful engines, the exhaust the exhaust part of the turbo bolts up directly to the head, and there's only one port that just comes out of the head. So if we take a step on this side, and you look at it this way, it is basically cracked all the way through. Maybe not all the way through. No, it's cracked all the way through. So basically, we either need, if we could find it, the new exhaust side of the turbo or a whole new turbo. And also, while we're in there, we're gonna have to replace whatever this is. I don't know, this looks like some sort of like wastegate thing. And now that I look at it, this is what's supposed to go up in here. Those are the pins sticking out. But this thing is broken off and will also need to be replaced. Now, looking at the engine, it doesn't look like anything made it past this. So it looks like this kind of was where majority of the impact was. So, the downpipe is kind of a flat thing now. The clutch sleeve came apart. Maybe we could just get that piece in the boot and call it a day. That'd be phenomenal. And then everything up here, intake box, core support, all the coolers are gone. Now onto structural things is only looks like it's the passenger side frame rail. So the driver side frame rail looks good. Straight here, the horn is nice and straight, no damages. Come on this side, it's nice and straight too. Crash sensor, perfect, right? You come on this side and look at that. So the bottom part took a big hit down there. We're kinked right here. Man, there's some damages to that section down here. And that's about it as far as I can see currently. Oh, well, that's a kink we already saw, but you can see it more from the top. It's supposed to be straight across. It's not that. And then, while I was doing all this work, I also realized the coolant reservoir tank looks like it's, well, it doesn't look like it. It is broken off the one mount right there. So what I'm gonna do off camera is make a list of everything that I know that I need. Go give this a once over again, and then see my options. Unfortunately, we've never been down this hole before at this moment when I'm recording this, but we're working on cousin's car, so we're doing the salvage inspection on that. And then you guys have already seen I bought a truck on the auction. So by the time we actually do this, we'll been through it at least once or twice already. So we'll know what to do. But what I was saying with that is that in the state of New Jersey, when you do a salvage inspection, in order to get from a salvage title to a rebuilt title, you need to take the car to a salvage inspection. And there, you have to provide them with receipts of all the parts that you bought. So any structural pieces, any body panels, like any major things, there's a list. Part of that means that it's kind of a gray area, like, you know, mods and stuff, but from what someone said, it needs to not have any check engine lights or something like that. It needs to be all one color. I don't know how true that is. Maybe we'll test the boundary on that. But I need to get all this from a car or from Honda directly. So if I could be lucky enough to find somebody parting out a car, I could get super lucky with the same guy and get majority of the parts, and even a little bit luckier because I think this is a much more common color. If I could find all the panels in the right color, that'll be a huge plus too, because then we could skip paint. We could just touch up these little things for now, and then later on, if we want to just respray it, we'll respray it. But for the time being, that's what we have to do. So quickly, before we get off screen, I'm just going to point out the obvious. We need to replace the hood, this fender. We're going to need a bumper, the bumper grill, all the core support, all that stuff. We're going to need this fender. We're going to need this headlight because the guys didn't give me all the pieces, and I don't think this is an expensive car. It's a brand new car. It's a 2024. Don't know if I told you guys, but this is a 2024. And we're not going to put, like, you know, JB welded headlights back on this thing. So we're going to take really good care of this. We're also going to have to, I mean, all the plugs are here, but we're going to have to reconnect all these harnesses here and these plugs and stuff, figure all that out and go from there. So that's the big gist of it, the core support. This bar is here, but it looks like it's upside down to me because right here, these numbers are upside down, and then it says made in Taiwan. Sorry, made in Taiwan, and those numbers are upside down. So I have a feeling that they put this on the wrong way, maybe because that's the only way it fit. But the only perk is that they got this to line up. See that? They got this to line up there. So, I mean, maybe the frame is not too far off. Maybe somebody could kind of fix that up and we could just paint that one section. That would be great. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We may have more damage in other places, but we'll have to wait for the next video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for another video. Peace.